Hello and welcome to Life Rescue Podcast. I am so excited to be here. I am not going to name my episodes anymore because now that I'm doing it every week, I'm going to forget what number this is. I know this is number 6, but the more I go after 10, I'm not going to count anymore. So, hello everybody. I hope you are having a beautiful day. I sat down, I set up, and I pushed record, and I really haven't even prepared what I'm going to say. But you know what? It's fine because this podcast is all about keeping it real and being true and authentic. Okay. So I want everyone to grab a water, keep your water next to you so you can hydrate. VOL 528, that's our water. Check it out on my Instagram account. Let me take a sip. Yummy. VOL 528, the vibration of love water. Check it out on Lisa Dwoskin, Life Rescue TV on Instagram, or VOL 528 Hertz. You can read all about it. So today's episode is all about nutrition. Okay, I have a lot of notes, even though this is like I can do this one in my sleep. I have been a personal trainer and fitness coach, life expert for, 35 years. Now that I'm 75 years old. No, really, I have been doing this a long time. I started when I was about 17. So I love it. I breathe it. I live it. I feel it. And I want to teach all of you what I have learned through my whole career of 35 plus years, 30 years, and also what I studied in school, what I've studied over the years, and what I've put into practice with not only my clients, but myself as well. Okay, so nutrition is huge. Remember that 80% of what you eat, what you put in your mouth and eat as food, is going to 80% is going to really show on your body. Okay. 20% is the working out and the cardio and the strength training. Although I would say personally, they're both 100% as important. But the nutrition is a little bit more important than the exercise because you can exercise 6 hours a day, but if your nutrition is poor and you're feeding yourself with junk food and tons of alcohol and just processed food, your body is never going to change. So 80% is nutrition, because without proper nutrition, you can't really have that tone fit body that you're looking for. So today is about staying fit and being healthy, but also getting toned and seeing muscle definition on your body. So I don't care if you have to lose 5 pounds or 100 pounds, it all is the same for everybody. Nutrition is key, and your body is a temple and you have to feed it properly. Okay, so this is for everyone out there who wants to lose a lot of weight, lose a little bit of weight, or maintain what you have and just tone up your body. Okay. So here we go. We are going to talk about macros. Okay. Clean nutrition, macros, a balanced diet. So I am going to mention throughout this whole program macros. So your macros is what is going into your body as far as protein, carbs, fat, calories. Okay. So how you calculate your body and your calories is how your body is going to look after you feed it the proper nutrition. Okay, that kind of didn't make sense. So let me and that's what I love about this. I'm not going to push stop and redo it. What I mean is you have to calculate your macros, because what you put in your body is how your body is going to look on the outside. That makes a little bit more sense. Now, let me just real quick tell you something before I start going into the actual calculations and calorie counts and all of that stuff. I have never counted my macros in my entire life. And well, I take that back. When I was competing in fitness and figure and bodybuilding, I did. But that was only short times, like for 14 weeks, 16 weeks. I would count my calories and know exactly what was going in. I had a nutritionalist and a dietitian from actually BeverlyInternational.com is my favorite company. I get all my products there, and they actually give nutritional advice if you're competing or if you're not, even just for people in everyday life. They really are amazing. All the counselors there are very educated in nutrition. So when I was competing, they gave me like breakdowns of calories and my macros. But throughout my whole life, I really never wanted to weigh my food, calculate my macros all the time, because I'm all about living in a balanced lifestyle. I drink wine. I like pasta. I'm not really a sweet type person. I don't love sweets. Not because I feel like I'm going to get fat. I just don't really enjoy sweets that much, but I completely enjoy salty foods and breads with the oil and the pasta and the pizza and nachos, chips. I think I'm more into like salty foods. And the wine, oh my goodness, I could live off of wine and pasta. Go live in Italy and just drink and eat all the time, right? But guess what? Those people in Europe are much more healthy and fitter than us here in America because of portion control. And that's something we're going to get into in a minute. But now, in my later age now of my life, later stage of my beautiful life, I am counting macros because I just started, well, about a year ago, started going through menopause. And I do want to do a show on just menopause for women because I think that's so important. Perimenopause, menopause, and postmenopause. So as I was going through menopause, I started gaining weight around my belly. And I think I went up about maybe 6 to 8 pounds for the first time in my life of doing exactly what I was doing and gaining weight because of menopause. So I was like, oh my God, this is not going to happen to me. I don't care how old I am. I don't care what stage of my life I'm in. I am going to stay fit, stay healthy without starving my body and doing excess cardio, which is what every woman and man thinks. The older we get, oh, I'm just going to go on a diet, starve myself, and exercise all the time, and I'm going to lose weight. Well, the older you get, that does not work anymore, especially if you're a woman going through menopause. So what I decided to do for the first time in my life was count my macros. And that's what I want to go over. And guess what? In a matter of 4 months, I lost the about 8 pounds that I gained. I think I lost about 10 pounds. Now I'm a little bit underweight. I'm at the best body fat I've been since in my 20s. I'm about 18 to 19% body fat, which is phenomenal for a old lady like me. No, but like I said, I'm 55 years old. I'm 5'10". I weigh about 142 pounds. I was weighing about 144 pounds most of my adult life. But then I got up to 148, which that was fine. But then with the menopause, I went up to like 154. Oh my God, that was not good for me. And I'm sorry for those of you that are thinking I sound ridiculous. I apologize for that. It's just I'm not trying to criticize anyone or talk about weight as a number across the board for everyone, but for me, going up 8 pounds, 6 pounds was a very big deal. So I started counting my macros. I really started exercising, or I kept exercising the way I was, but I was more consciously aware of how I was feeding my body, what I was feeding my body, and how I was sleeping, and so many different things. So let's jump right into it. How to count your macros, because for those of you who know me or who've been watching me, I can ramble on and on. I have to stay focused here, okay? Raise that energetic vibe. Woo! Yeah, you see those abs? See, I'm finally getting my abs back. My abs were disappearing. Okay, you got that? Raise that energetic vibe. I don't have ADHD, but I do get distracted. Okay, the truth about calories. Here we go. Weight loss comes down to balancing your calories. Okay, calories in versus calories out. If you consume fewer calories than your body burns, you and then your body is burning, then you're going to lose weight. But if you have more calories than you're burning, you're going to gain weight. It's that simple. Okay? You don't have to starve yourself. You just need to create a small calorie deficit in order to drop the few pounds that you want to lose. Okay. And that's what I did. I dropped about 300 to 500 calories a day from what I was eating. And we'll get into that in a minute. Okay. So, well, let me just add to that on my notes here. You usually will, if you drop 300 to 500 calories a day, you will lose about 1 to 2 pounds a week, which is all you should be wanting. Okay, that should be your goal. 2 pounds a week, 1 to 3, but I say two. Okay, 2 pounds is a healthy, realistic goal for you to lose weight. Okay, these people who are losing 5 pounds, 10 pounds a week, it is not healthy or good for your body. Okay, you want to do it slowly but surely so that you can keep it off over time. You do not want a quick fix to drop the weight, because the minute you go back to eating normal, you're going to gain the weight back times two. Okay, times two. Now, before we get into the macros, I have trained thousands of clients over the 30 plus years I've been in this industry as a personal trainer and a fitness coach, and owning my gym and having so many members. So the clients that I've trained, and I still have some of them today, that drop weight by restricting their calories to like 800 calories a day, under 1,000 calories a day if you're a woman. And most of my clients are women. If you're a man, under 1,500 calories a day. It is not healthy to do this, because if you starve your body, you're not going to have energy. You're going to feel lethargic. You're going to feel irritable. You're not going to sleep. Your family is not going to want to be around you. Trust me, I've been there. And when I do like fasting and I'm just miserable, everyone around me begs me, don't go on a diet, don't fast. Please, mom, like eat healthy so that you're happy, you're not irritable, and you're sleeping better. And now I don't do that anymore. Everything I do is definitely going to enhance my life, not hurt it. But these clients who lose all of this weight, like 30 pounds in less than a month, okay? Or if you're doing 2 pounds a month, 2, 4, 6, 8 pounds a month is what you should be losing. So let's say the clients that are losing 30 pounds in 1 month, the minute they go back to their normal way of eating, even if it's 1,500 calories a day, they gain the weight back times two. And then it's so much harder and it's so taxing on their body. So don't starve your body, and don't do cardio, and overtrain your body, because that's not going to work either. We're going to get into that in a minute. You need to do it healthy, and you need it to be a way of life. Okay, this is so important. Do not diet. Change the way that you eat for the rest of your life. It's a way of life, not a quick fix. Okay, very important. So let's talk about macros. The first most important thing is, I feel like I'm getting bitten by a bug right here. That's not the most important thing. The most important thing is protein. Protein builds lean muscles. Where are those abs? See those abs right there? Those come from protein. Okay, excess protein. Eating more than the average person. Now, my average weight, let's say, well, I'm going to get into that in a minute. Protein builds muscle. Protein helps your metabolism, and protein helps you stay full for a little bit longer. Okay. So 1 gram of protein per body weight. So this is what I wanted to go over. If you take an example of 100 and, well, I was 145, let's say, most of my life. I would eat, believe it or not, 145 grams of protein a day is my goal. Sometimes I hit 100, sometimes I hit 120, but my goal is 140. And when I told you I went on this macro counting, like I started November 2025, and then by February, so November, December, January, February, 4 months, I dropped the 8 pounds. So I dropped about 8 to 10 pounds. And what was really incredible is I went from 23% body fat to 18.5% body fat, which is like 4% body fat, 4.5% body fat. And I build muscle at the same time. So I built, like, I put on, well, I go to this machine. If all of you can find it wherever you live, it's normally at GNC. It's called In Body Motion. We pay like $10 each time we use the machine, or some $40 a year. And you stand on the machine, with you put your thumbs on the machine, and it measures your body fat, and it tells you how much muscle mass you have on your body. So I gained muscle mass, lost body fat, and lost weight all at the same time. So that's very important. Protein, protein, protein. The most important staple in the macros. Okay. Next, in protein examples: fish, chicken, eggs, Greek yogurt, tofu, beans. My daughter's vegan. She's been vegan since she was 11 years old. She's almost 21. 10, 11 years she's been vegan. And she gets tons of protein from protein powders that are vegan, protein bars, tofu, beans, hummus, and I get a ton of protein from my protein shakes, protein bars, and all the real food. Make sure you're eating real food, not just the protein bars and protein shakes. Okay, carbs. Carbs give you energy. Carbs give you energy to work out, to get up, to wah, raise your energetic vibe. Oh, we forgot to breathe at the beginning. We got to do that. I'm a little hyper today. Okay, I've been eating a lot of carbs. It's giving me energy. What carbs? Whole grains, vegetables, fruits. Very important. The carbs that I enjoy so much: my sweet potatoes, my whole wheat pasta, my whole wheat bread or grain bread or Ezekiel bread. I love. Okay, what else do I have? I love my pita chips with hummus. Those are the carbs. My veggies, my spinach to get strong like Popeye. Those are great carbs. Carbs are so important. Okay, next. And I'm going to start moving a little bit faster because I'll be here all day talking to all of you, which I love. Thank you all for watching me, by the way. Okay, healthy fats, very important. This is what I like to say to my clients. If you don't eat healthy fats, you will be fat. People go on these fat-free diets, no fat. You need fat to stay lean and be healthy. But healthy fats: avocado, olive oil, nuts, seeds, fatty fishes, omega 3s, hummus. Those are all good fats. Fats are essential for hormones and brain health, which is so important. Low fat is not the goal, but a balanced nutrition is. So keep eating fats, healthy fats. Okay, what is so important? The most important thing I want to say, low sugar. Sugar is the enemy, not fat. That is what I want to teach you today. Sugar is the enemy. Be careful of the sugar. Too much sugar leads to fat storage, blood sugar spikes, cravings. Very important. And many fat-free products are very high in sugar. Be careful of those fat-free products and the processed products. When companies remove fat, they often add sugar to make the food taste better. Be careful of fat-free products. You got to read your labels. You have to focus on whole, good, nutritious foods, okay? So we went over the carbs, we went over the protein, we went over the fat, the calories. So I want to give you a simple calorie formula that you can write down and help yourself know how many calories you should be eating a day. Okay? Multiply your body weight by 14 to 15 calories. So take your body weight times it by 14 or 15. Okay, so example, if you have a 150-pound person, 150 times 15 would be 2250 calories, 2,250 calories to maintain your weight, okay? But if you want to lose weight, then you're going to subtract 300 to 500 calories a day from that maintenance weight to the calorie deficit weight so that you can drop the 1 to 2 pounds a week. Okay. So you got that? So you take the body weight of 150 pounds times it by 15, you get 2250, 2,250 calories a day. Then you subtract 3 to 500 calories. So let's say 400 calories. Now we're at 1,850 calories a day in order for you to lose 1 to 2 pounds a week. So that's called a calorie deficit. Don't cut your calories way too low. Okay, just 3 to 500 calories a day. Now, exercise. Exercise is so important with the nutrition. We went over fitness and exercise last episode. And what I want to say is, please do not go crazy with the cardio, because the cardio will help you lose the weight, the fat, but you're also going to lose the muscle and slow down your metabolism. Yes, we want cardio. Yes, we want your heart condition. We want you healthy, but strength training with the weights, with the Pilates. I'm on my Pilates bed. That's where I'm sitting right now. Pilates, yoga, weight training. You need to add strength training into your exercise regimen in order to increase your muscle mass, which helps you burn calories and fat at rest, okay, and speeds up your metabolism. Please do strength training. If you have questions about it, write to me here on this podcast, on my YouTube channel. Call in to me at 754 222 4413. Ask me questions. Tell me your body weight. Tell me your height. What are your goals? Reach out to me. I have no problem messaging you back. Leave me a message and leave me text messages on my phone number, and I will bring up the topics on my next podcast. Okay, I am here to help all of you. So that was the calorie count. I went over all the macros. So what I want you to do, remember, These are the key points that I'm going to say in closing, because I'm already getting to my time limit here. I'm trying to keep it under 30 minutes. Focus on protein. Protein will build your body. Limit the sugar that you take into your body. Eat balanced macros. Know your macros. Stay active and stay consistent. Okay? Stay consistent. Now, real quick, I want to tell you all, I love ChatGPT. ChatGPT is my boyfriend, my best friend. No, I'm kidding. But I do love ChatGPT for this specific reason. Every day when I was counting my macros to lose that 8 to 10 pounds, I would pick up my phone around 6 o'clock right before dinner, and I would talk into the ChatGPT, which already knew my body weight, my body fat, how much I wanted to lose, my age, my height, and it gave me a whole macro count. And I would just talk into the phone, hi, today I had 2 eggs, some spinach, a coffee, and a piece of toast. And then for lunch, I had this. And then I had a shake and I had almond butter. And I don't know all the calories, but I'm talking in my phone to ChatGPT. And then I would say, it's almost dinner time. What are my macros at for the day? I also did a 30-minute HIIT workout or a strength training or a hot yoga. And it would, in 1 second, 5 seconds, tell me, okay, Lisa, you're at this amount of protein, this amount of carbs, this amount of fat, you've eaten this amount of calories, you worked out and burned 300 calories. So this is where you're at, and this is what you should eat for dinner. And that was so easy. I didn't have to do anything. Use ChatGPT to help you count your macros. It's amazing. It's easy. You don't have to know how much fat is in everything going in your body. Tell ChatGPT and they know. You don't have to measure your food. You don't have to use a scale. Use ChatGPT. It's an amazing tool to keep you on track and to help guide you through this weight loss journey or the staying tone journey or just staying healthy, happy, and at the best weight and version of yourself that you can be. Okay. So I hope you enjoyed this beautiful podcast that I brought to you. I want to end with a few things. Nutrition fuels your body, but movement shapes your body. Okay, so get moving. Get moving every day, 30 minutes a day. Whatever it is you can do, fit it in. The goal is not perfection. The goal is consistency and giving your body the nutrients it needs to thrive. Yes, your body is your temple. Treat your body well. So, in closing, we're going to close our eyes. Take a long, deep breath. Beautiful positive energy in. Exhale any negative energy out. Have a beautiful and blessed day. I hope you enjoyed this. Stay tuned. If this resonates with you, please send me a comment down below on the YouTube. Share it. Share my episodes. Tell your friends and family. Like and subscribe. And have a beautiful, beautiful day. Namaste. Bye.